Okay, with Danielle Meggoe and Benson Jackson, Tale of Bones, Dark Princess is the short film. It's 3 minutes long. Played at the Thriller Suspense Festival. It's very much a horror film, and it's about a grandma and a granddaughter. Great film, guys. I'm curious right off the bat because it's very older lady and a very young girl. Very hard to cast those those roles. Like, tell me about the casting and finding those two characters to play these roles.
Yeah, it was actually a lot easier for me because I worked with Antoine Briscoe. That's Antoinette Briscoe is the older woman's name that plays the grandmother in that film. We worked together on a short film called Nella, which I actually wrote, produced, and edited all by myself, just to kind of get the feel for creating films. She's a phenomenal actress, very dependable, and she was very excited to be a part of a horror film because she's never done that genre before. And the little girl was super easy too, because that's my daughter, Daniela.
Oh, there we go.
In-house.
Okay. So she's Daniela too.
Exactly.
Okay.
Walk right down the hall.
Hmm.
Daniela as well, but as Danielle, but she's another Daniela. That's great. So,
Yeah.
but she's a different last name. Obviously, I'm assuming your significant other's last name.
Yeah, my husband.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we have the same exact last name. Her name is Daniela. My name is Danielle.
Okay. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Okay. So tell me about, so you wrote the script. So tell me about you said you wanted to do a horror film. Tell me about kind of coming up with this idea for this film.
Yeah, so horror is my favorite genre. That's what I enjoy watching. Like when I go to the movies, that's I'm usually gonna pick a horror film to go watch at the movies. And so ever since I was a little girl, I said I want to make a film. I want to create a movie. First movie wasn't horror. It was more of kind of like this is a history or a tale of a woman who went through these extreme battles from age 5 until age 80. Second film, I'm like, now I want to do the genre that I've always inspired myself to do, but let's see if I can do it. And what came to mind, because obviously I told you I casted my daughter in this film, I paid attention to how she looks whenever she's upset. And I was like, oh my God, her eyes, I was like, I could really use that look in a horror film. So I was like, okay. So from
That's,
that
yeah.
that standpoint, like the ideas just kind of started pinging left and right. And I'm like, oh yeah, let me just let me see. I can see a grandmother taking care of you and you're not getting your way and you kind of give her the piercing eyes. And the story really developed from there. And I actually added more onto it since you guys only got 2 minutes and 48 seconds, but it's now 14 minutes long. So
Oh,
we added,
wow. Now we got to see that film.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. So yeah, so because she like there's a kind of a twist to the film, right? So I don't want to give away the twist, but I'm assuming you use kind of editorial kind of liberties to get what you wanted out of your daughter.
Exactly, exactly. And she was following directions so well. I was really surprised how easy it was to tell her what I wanted, and she really fulfilled her part. So, and same for the grandma. I mean, shout out to FNL Productions because they helped us with the initial filming, and they really helped bring my concept to life just within those 2 minutes and 48 seconds.
And so Benson, when did you come into the fold?
I kind of came in towards I guess I would say the middle of the first episode. Uh, Danielle had shared that she had wanted to do this horror series and this horror film, and I was like, okay. I personally, I'm a stand-up comedian, and I've been doing stand-up for a while, over a decade, and I was on tour doing the stage play, and with working in stage, I wanted to get involved in like behind the scenes, behind the camera, and behind just being a part of production and different things like that. And she tapped me in to be an assistant director, and we kind of been rolling ever since.
And where did you guys meet originally?
Oh, where
Facebook,
everybody
actually.
meets, social
Where?
Facebook.
media, where everybody meets, and social. I can't even, to be honest with you, I honestly can't remember how we uh, we became like friends. It wasn't like we were searching the ad or anything like that, but I seen her status, and this she was talking about getting it, doing the filming, and I was like, okay, this seems like something that I will be interested in doing, and I think that I will be a contribution. And we talked about ideas. Me, I'm like the complete opposite to an extent. I'm not a big horror guy, but
Yeah,
I'm a, like, in the sense of, that won't be what I jump off to put on right off the rip, but I
yeah,
do like to watch good stuff. So if it has a good storyline, I pay attention to uh it, just the aspects of filming. And then with horror, if it has a good storyline, I'll watch it. It's more than just, I can turn my head when it gets gory and
yeah.
stuff like that. But we met on Facebook. I reached out to her after seeing her post, and we just clicked from there with different ideas. And I saw her vision pretty early, and I seen where I could fit, and I just been fitting.
Gotcha. Okay, so there's a couple locations in the film. The obviously the house, and then you have the location at the like the restaurant or El Rincon, I guess. That's a real restaurant? I
Yeah,
think.
that's actually a real restaurant in a real neighborhood.
Yeah,
Wait,
Every space,
where is that? What city is that in?
Houston.
Houston, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah, so um, well, let me go back to the question that you asked, Ben. You asked, where do we meet? We
Yeah.
did meet on Facebook, and it's so crazy because I manifested, or I even put out on Facebook in a post. I said, I want to work with comedians. And I remember gathering as many comedians' information. Like I had a little form for them to fill out and everything. And I was like, that's going to be my plan, is to work with comedians in the future. And I think I put that out in like 2023. And
Yeah.
surprisingly, when I really got serious about telling bones in 2024, I put another post out, and that's when Ben responded. And I could tell that he was serious because how quickly he responded, how detailed he was. And he's been such an amazing, intricate part of this project because he hasn't told you yet, but he's written 2 whole episodes. They're amazing. So we turned this, it went from 2 minutes and 48 seconds to now we're getting ready to film episode 6. So like it has really grown from the
You
time you
you you,
guys
you filmed 5 episodes,
are, yeah, we've currently already filmed 5 episodes.
and they're each around 3 minutes.
No.
No,
Oh,
they're each around 15 minutes.
okay. So this is
Yeah,
kind of a teaser then. This is your teaser kind of showcase.
exactly. And it kind of just grew from the concept. I'm telling you, it's just evolving,
Yeah.
constantly evolving.
Danielle gave, she had episode one, and she sent me that. I read it. I gave some input, and then she was already on episode two. I remember we started working on that one, and as we were tweaking the scripts, I kind of got like the book. I write a lot, so I wanted to try my luck with the project, seeing what I can contribute, because I know she had a plan of how many episodes she wanted, the length, and she had a plan as far as like when it's all done, putting it out. So when I started writing, I was kind of more so thinking like, okay, how can I contribute and get her closer to that goal. So I was like, well, I have a one episode. I broke her on that one. She liked that one, and then started working on another one, and then those became three and four.
Gotcha. That's all. That's amazing. And then you guys, what are you guys planning on doing with it? Like do like a YouTube series, like a web series kind
Well,
of thing?
hopefully we'll get this on Tubi because that's like the favorite place where newcomers like ourselves doing
Okay.
films, we like to get our movies there. That's like the first start, and then hopefully Amazon Prime. So two streaming platforms. And then just going back to the question that you asked about location. So all of this, like all of the series, including the one that you saw, episode 1, has been filmed in Houston, Texas, and Recon, that restaurant is inside of a small neighborhood like Northwest Houston. And I had never been there before, but they were so kind and so open to like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they literally shut down the restaurant for an hour to let us come in and film the scenes and get out. They were excited.
And have you gone back there, or is that just
I have
it's
not gone back
okay?
yet. I'll go back whenever we get this on Tubi and
Okay,
Amazon Prime. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, and then the house itself, it's a very interesting house. I like it a lot. It's very, whose house is that? Your house?
No, that's not my house. It's actually a renovated home on the north side of Houston. So a lot of those areas are being rebuilt, like townhome style, or in that case, it was a home that was much older and they recently remodeled it. And so we got access to it and I was like, why not? It
And
had the
you
aesthetic.
and you go back there for the other episodes?
No, no, no. I never used the same spot more than once.
Okay. Oh, I'm just assuming that this relationship was going on, I guess, but you're moving on
Yeah,
to
it
something.
probably will for a different film, but not for this one.
Okay, so they're kind of like anthology series. It's like a different every episode's different.
Every episode is
Every
Oh,
vastly
episode
gotcha,
different.
different. Yeah.
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's not a continuation.
Gotcha.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that makes sense. You're
Yeah,
reintroducing characters in each one.
exactly. Which
Gotcha.
makes it way more complex and
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Because this one kind of because you kind of like leave it on a twist, right? Because I was you can kind of see this one going to the next chapter and see what happens, right?
Gotta tune in for season two. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. Because she's great, your daughter. Like it's so funny. I like that story about how your own daughter is like she could be great she's got those evil eyes. She can be great for
Yeah.
the she's been great for the
I
horror
call them
film,
the
right? But
Magoo eyes because her father's
Yeah.
eyes are the same exact way. So
And she
yeah,
gives those looks like she has those looks even like when we're not rolling. She could just she the odds are in the room.
gotcha. And then so you made another film before, right? Like a few years back. And then,
yes.
and then now you're doing this series now. This is what you're focusing on right now.
Absolutely. And like I said, the sixth season will be filmed October the 26th. Not season, sorry. Sixth episode will
Yeah.
be filmed on October the 26th. And I'll be so excited because it's been a very long journey for both Ben and I and everyone else that's a part of the film crew as well, actors and actresses. Everybody has been so easygoing and so welcoming, and contributing their part. And I'm just so grateful for that.
That's amazing. And so what was your guys' process kind of working as directors? Did you guys storyboard everything or did you like shot list? Like how did you guys collaborate as directors?
Yeah. You want to take it first or you want
Oh,
me to?
well, I guess you can pick up wherever I
Yeah.
fill in wherever I am. So of course we write and then we do a lot of consulting within each other, a lot of back and forth, a lot of Zoom meetings, talking with concepts and different things like that. Danielle is, of course, I say the boss. She does, she gets everything. Like as far like even with my scripts, she takes my scripts and it was like shot list, boom, everything that was needed, uh, without no questions asked. It was like once I sent it to her, I knew that in a few days that everything that was going to be needed was going to be sent to me. So we collaborate like that. Shot list. Danielle runs a very loose but tight ship. So when we get there, pretty much everything is going to be as we need it. She does a really good job of asking me like, okay, well, what do you need to make this happen? And it's always like, okay, my mind always thinking big. I like to get as much in there and make it as real as possible. And Danielle doesn't. She like just tell me. So I just long as it's a weekend event. Sometimes she makes stuff happen in days prior to filming. Um, but yeah, pretty traditional. Uh, pretty true. I'll let you pick
Oh
up from
yeah,
there,
no,
but yeah,
you nailed it.
yeah,
Like we a lot of Zoom meetings, emails, shot lists, call sheet.
call sheets, yeah,
Because I handle all the other stuff. I don't even put that pressure on, oh, where should we film? I may ask a suggestion, like, where do you
yeah,
think like I should start looking? But I find the locations, I book those, get it all taken care of. And yeah, I mean it's like you said, a loose but tight ship. I mean
yeah,
loose in terms of giving everybody that space and opportunity for their creativity to really shine and show in this project because I value everybody's time and I also value everyone's creativity.
Yeah.
right.
So that's why I do it that way.
Like
So
in I was gonna say just to piggyback, like starting in once we got to the third episode, which she'll always say this your baby, which this is like this is my baby within her baby. I don't know how that works as far as
Joint custody.
but
yeah,
yeah, so she'll always tell me that, hey, this is your baby. So like honestly, in the beginning, I still do, of course, but taking a backseat role in the sense of course, when I see something contributed and different things like that. But I try to, of course, be ready to learn, ready to hear everything, take everything in, and just be in position to do what I do. Danielle empowers me in the sense of, okay, you had these ideas for when you wrote it, how you saw it, different things like that. So it's like she allows me to lead, she allowed me to lead those episodes
yeah,
while still being the head of things, you know?
gotcha.
So it was definitely a really dope experience because it was just like a learning on the job. She allowed and it was definitely a wonderful experience.
And so Danielle, I was on your website, you wrote a book called Female Minority Report, uh,
Yes.
which seems like a not seem like it looks like a very interesting book to
Oh,
read. Yeah,
yes. It's very dynamic. Extremely. You know, when I wrote that book, it was 2020 when
yeah,
I actually wrote that book during a time when the entire world was shut down.
yeah. I heard about that.
Um,
Yeah,
mhm. And at the time, I was working in oil and gas.
yeah.
I was in oil and gas. I was a geophysicist for 13 years, a very
Wow.
long time. And oh my God, I just got promoted. I was a senior geo, so like the highest rank, in that position. The
Yeah.
next step up would have been like, I don't know, what do you call it? Team lead would have been the next step up, right?
Okay.
Those people were terrible towards me. And I was like, you know what? I quit. And not only do I quit, I'm gonna write a book about this entire industry so that everyone can be educated on my experience, what I had to endure for over a decade. I mean, you go to school, you go to college to obtain these degrees, and then you enter corporate America, and it's like no one prepares you for what you have to deal with. And everybody's situation looks different, depending on what field, depending on what your study is, depending on your cultural background, depending on, because we can't say race, we're all one race, we're all a human race, but in certain countries, we're seen differently. So I had to definitely write my experience and share it with the world during a time where everyone's actually still in their home, not at work or working remotely, and
Yeah.
had time to read it. So thanks for bringing that up.
No, but did people have you had time to, I'm assuming you had time to write it during that
Yeah,
time. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, she
yeah,
quit.
yeah.
I
You
quit.
quit. And your husband and you seem to have a good like that's a pretty big from many different levels, right? From finding
Oh
find
yeah. I agree. Like, don't
yeah,
get me wrong, it was a silent death because, again, I went to school for this. So to just walk away from what you built up over the last decade or more, it was bittersweet. But it was also freeing because had I not done that, we wouldn't be on this interview right now talking about Tail and Bones. I never would have had the time to come up with a movie. right?
Yeah, no, so then this is what you've done. This is like you got creative. Like you wrote a book, you're making movies now. Obviously, this is something you wouldn't have done, obviously,
I
right?
probably would have, but maybe after retirement. You know what I mean? Because
Sure. Yeah.
realistically, who has the time to,
Yeah.
meet up every day? Everybody's at work doing different things. And so that's why Ben has been such an intricate part of this too, because he's navigating everyday life, but fitting time in for Tail and Bones to write two whole episodes with me. Like it's just amazing how much people have come together for this cause because life doesn't stop just because this project is going on. So that's why I really appreciate everyone's effort and time that's placed into it. Had I still had that career, I don't think I would have had the time. I would have been exhausted every day.
Yeah. How old's your daughter now?
She's 7.
Okay. So she happened like 2018. So she was born. So yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot going
Couple of
on.
years before the big close
Yeah.
down,
No, but you
shut
quit.
down.
You quit like when your daughter was 2 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Didn't look back.
That's guts.
It is.
Yeah.
It's what it takes.
No regrets.
None.
Yeah. No,
Zero.
because I think your point of view is interesting. It's like about like because in the book is about it's about like racial trauma. It's about
Mhm.
PTSD, disparities, the gender roles that occur in like in your job, corporate America, as you described it, the capitalistic pursuits, as I described it,
Exactly. And
right?
I still deal with, and don't get me wrong, I still deal with
Sure.
PTSD
Yeah.
to this day. It's not something that you just overcome overnight. And it shows up in different forms every now and then, right? I wouldn't say every day, but certain triggers, right?
Yeah.
Certain microaggressions that I still deal with in certain places and areas of my life, but you just try to move on from it, right? Recognize what you're feeling and just try to adapt and move on from it. But what I will never do is put myself back in an environment where my voice isn't heard.
Yeah.
Everyone has the right to be heard.
It's funny because we live in it's such interesting times now where like it's like there's two extremes, like the extreme that basically is listening to your point of view and is it hears what you're trying to say, and then there's the other extreme where like they poo-poo what you say, they think it's BS, they think it's like it's not
Yeah.
real, like kind of a thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And to those who do that, I've always kind of sat back and thought about this. That's a great point you just brought up. A lot of people today lack empathy and compassion, and they only are able to capture that empathy and compassion if it's a scenario or situation that affects them. If
yeah,
it touches them or someone that they love, let the waterfalls begin. But if it's someone else, especially someone else that they can't relate to, then their off-putting position on certain topics or feelings that other people are having is mute because it hasn't affected them.
yeah,
So we just live in a really, for the most part, from what I've been observing, half of us are understanding and empathetic, and the other half are really selfish with our feelings. It's not that we don't feel, it's just that it hasn't happened to us yet,
yeah.
if that
Human
makes any
narcissism.
sense.
It's been
Yeah,
around forever, right? So yeah, we have they get you have to like see cultures, see different points of view, go into get out of your bubble, basically, right?
Yeah.
So
exactly. Exactly.
yeah, on every side's got to get out of their bubble, see different kinds of perspectives, right? So yeah,
Exactly.
try to. Well, that seems like that your book seems like a movie.
I was thinking about turning it into
Yeah.
actually a TV show, a comedic TV show. That's the reason why I was in my mind like, oh, I need to work with some comedians because that would be hilarious. Every day I'm walking into work and there's just some new random effed up scenario. I don't know if I can curse on here, but
No,
you
go
know what
ahead.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Benson, do you want to? Are you interested?
I think I got a little time. I think I got some time. Me and Danielle got a few projects that we're finishing this up. That's the main priority. I have a script that I wrote. Um, it's a comedy drama. Uh, it's it leans in on the drama, just like how Danielle. It's funny how she wanted to work with comedians. I had gotten to a space of with my writing that I wanted to write with comedy as the forefront, but not just everything so. goofy, funny, slapstick type of thing. When I say at the forefront, like I use the example of you take a movie like Liar Liar and you take a movie like A Time to Kill, completely different parts of the spectrum. They're on the two different ends, but uh, both characters in there are lawyers. You see so many movies where there's a lawyer or a doctor,
Yeah.
and there's different types. And comedy is kind of like one of those funny professions where it's almost like we're not real in a sense. Like we're real, but it's people sometimes can think that everything is so funny and a lot of stuff ain't funny, but a lot of stuff is. But I wanted to start writing where I can put comedy in the forefront. I had no issues with how I would be able to include the comedy. That would be easy. But I just wanted to put us in different scenarios and also show actual stand-up comedy sides that they don't see. So after we get this telling bone done, then I'll start working to get my movie produced. I have 114 pages at the moment. Um, could go down, could go up, but
Yeah.
I'm at 114 pages right now. It's complete as of now, and I feel really, really, really good about it.
Cool.
I feel like really I'm excited about that. So this was just like the springboard. So I'm down. Of course, Danielle knows I'm locked in. So when it's time to do her biopic or her loosely based biopic,
Yeah.
I'm involved however she needs me to be.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, both of you, I appreciate your time and great film. I'd love to see the next chapters, but I wish you the best on the festival circuit. Hope it does well for you, win some awards, and you guys seem to be on your way.
Willing.
Thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank
Appreciate
you.
this.
Thank you so much. And yeah, go Houston.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yeah. All right, take it easy, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
All
Yes,
right,
sir.
take
You
care.
too.